I had a client who was spinning out about the same problem for weeks. And 3 weeks in, 40 minutes into our coaching call, we weren't getting anywhere. And so I asked this client to read me her power statement out loud. She answered her own question, solved her own problem before she even finished reading the first sentence of her power statement. That is how potent a well-written power statement can be. Welcome to your daily hit of grace and grit, your quick dose of inspiration to kickstart your day. I'm Courtney Townley, and here is today's hit. So I share the story of my client, Sarah, in my book, The Consistency Code, but I want to reiterate it here because I think it has a really powerful message for women. First of all, I will say this, that Sarah's power statement includes these sentences. She is a woman who decides strongly and swiftly so she can learn and grow. She is a woman who expresses herself in a way that is thoughtful and considerate, and who allows all of her emotions a seat at the table without fearing them. Now, on this particular coaching call, Sarah was deeply spinning out about a work situation she was having trouble navigating. Specifically, this was around some boundaries that she needed to set at work. But she didn't know how. She didn't know how to do it without really ticking some people off. And she'd been thinking about it for weeks, consulting with friends, replaying all the possibilities in her head, and feeling completely paralyzed. So I asked her to stop talking for a minute about the problem, because that's what we had been doing for weeks. And I just wanted her to read out loud to me her power statement. So she read it, and before I could say a single word, she said, "Oh, I see. I just need to set the boundary and do it in a way that is thoughtful and considerate in my delivery. It doesn't have to be one or the other. I can be thoughtful and considerate while also establishing a boundary." She literally coached herself by reminding herself of her power statement in less than 60 seconds, using nothing but her own words. This is the power of a power statement. If you've never heard of a power statement, first and foremost, I would highly encourage you go buy my book, The Consistency Code, and read it. But for those of you who've read the book and are still have not sat down to put pen to page to write your own power statement, this is your sign. This is your sign to do it. And I know we get hung up in, how do I do it perfectly? How do I do it the right way? There is no right way. The only tip I would really give you about a power statement is that you want to keep it concise enough that you can recall it pretty easily. You don't want it to be like an essay that you can't remember, because then it's of no use to you. So a power statement is simply finishing this. When I am standing fully in my power, I am a woman who what? Finish that statement in your own words, because we're all going to finish it very differently. But it is literally a declaration to the woman you are committed to being. And a power statement can really help you to be so much faster at solving problems. And it is an amazing tool for self-coaching. This is not an affirmation. It is not wishful thinking. It is a precise, self-authored description of the woman you are committed to being in the world. And it contains within it, I know this is going to sound like a bold claim, but it contains within it the answers to most of the questions you are going to face, most of the rumbles you are going to have, because it was written from your own wisdom, your own hand, and about your own values. No one else can give you that, and no one else can take that away. So today, I really want to challenge you to take 5-10 minutes to author what might be the first draft you've ever written of your power statement. And let me be clear, there will be many, many drafts in your lifetime because you're an evolving, changing human. And so what speaks to you, what feels true to you, will continue to evolve and change. But it's interesting. I've worked with several clients for many years on end. And yes, their power statements have changed, but not a lot. Like the essence has mostly remained the same. So give yourself that grace today. Give yourself that permission today to sit down somewhere that makes you feel calm and safe. Maybe put some nice music on and just really consider, when I am standing fully in my power, how do I show up? How do I move through the world? How do I talk about my life? How do I talk to myself? And if you're really struggling with this exercise, start with what that version of you isn't. As a woman standing fully in my power, I do not fill in the blank. Because sometimes when we focus on what we don't want and what we really know won't make us feel powerful, it helps to reveal what will. So go forth, have fun with it, and just get something on paper today. If this stirred something inside of you, imagine what a whole book of clarity and courage could ignite. The Consistency Code, a midlife woman's guide to deep health and happiness, goes even deeper into the mindset and practices that create real, meaningful change at midlife. Grab your copy today over at theconsistencycode.com and keep the momentum alive.